is he?
Yes.
Okay, good. So I'm going to make sure her leg is in the appropriate position to get the best bikini wax. What I'm going to do is tell her to put her foot in the dancer's pose, as I like to call it, because it looks like she's doing a little pirouette, and it's much nicer than saying spread your legs. Another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cleanse the bikini area to remove any oils from the skin. If the skin has any oils on it, it's just not, the wax is not going to adhere to the hair, and you're not going to get as smooth a shave. So I'm going to use a toner for oily skin. I'm going to tell my client that this is going to be a little cold, and we're just going to be gentle. And just keep in mind that this is a sensitive service to have. Some people are modest, some people are not. You know, you always want to keep your client's feelings and dignity intact during this service. So be as gentle as possible and, you know, as understanding as you can. Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Always check in with your client. So now I've removed the oil from the body, and I can apply a thin layer of talcum powder. We've cleansed the skin of any oils that might be on the surface, and we're going to apply talcum powder. This is also to absorb any moisture left on the skin. And also, if there's any blonde hairs, like our model's a blonde, a natural blonde, it's going to showcase any baby fine hairs. I'm going to make sure I put on my gloves before I really get down to the nitty-gritty. Make sure your technician is wearing gloves, because you don't know where those hands have been. And for yourself, as a technician, it just keeps you safe as well. Are you comfortable? Are you ready to start?
I'm ready.
Okay, so we're going to make sure her leg is in the dancer's pose again. And we're going to take one clean popsicle stick. I like to use the large senior sticks when I'm doing my bikini wax. Something I learned in the beginning of my career from a wonderful teacher of mine was to always start at the bottom and work your way towards the top. You don't want to start here and remove and work your way down. It's almost like writing back, and going backwards like a lefty. It smudges everything. What we're going to do is grab a clean popsicle stick. We're going to dip it into our wax. Wipe off any excess wax. Most important thing, test it on yourself beforehand. If you get a little burn, it's not a big deal, but if your client gets one, oh my gosh, then you're really in for it. I'm going to get a small strip. That temperature seems fine to me. And no harm done. So we're going to dip our stick, get a very thin layer. In terms of waxing, you don't want a thick layer of wax, or else it's going to really pull the skin and bruise. Temperature is okay, and you can see we're using a really skin-sensitive lavender wax with beautiful sparkles in it for our glamour girl. We're going to apply, keeping the stick at a 45-degree angle. And then we're ready to wax. Now we're going to apply the muslin strip. Some spas have Pellon strips or paper-type strips. I really like the traditional muslin. I think that it's much more moldable to the body and all different body types, and it works a lot easier for me. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make sure that I have a handle to hold on to. You want about 1 inch or so. I'm going to apply, and then with firm strokes. You don't want to go like this to your client. That's weird feeling, and it doesn't work. You want total coverage and purpose with your touch. That way, they're not uncomfortable, and they know you're here to do a service. Even using the back of the hand can sometimes be even more comfortable. It's just not as awkward as a feeling as the fingertips. So use the back of the palm. What I'm going to do then, I'm going to use my hand. We're going to stretch the skin, and we're going to pull, and then press. That helps with any stinging. How did that feel?
Painless.
Painless? She must be a veteran, or I'm very good. We're going to dispose of this strip now, and we're also going to dispose of the spatula that I used, because New York State guidelines say that we cannot double dip, nor would we want to for chance of infection or bacteria. In this clip, I've taken a new spatula, and we're going to do the top part of our guest's bikini. We've already tested the temperature of the wax, so we know that it's comfortable for our clients. And we're going to start the application in the upper part. You're just going to do on a 45-degree angle a very thin layer of wax. We don't want it thick because it will pull the skin and may lead to bruising. So I'm going to take another piece of muslin. If there's any strings, I'm just going to take those off. We're going to apply, keeping my handle. I'm going to apply firm pressure. About 1, 2, 3. Once again, we're going to pull the skin taut and yank. How was that?
Great.
It was okay? Painless. If there's anything left in the skin, I'm just going to go over with my muslin, pick up any little wax that's left over. And we're going to throw this right in the garbage. Now we're going to treat the skin afterwards because the skin is now sensitized. So there are a couple different products that we can use. I really like one product called the Soothing Protection Spray. The Soothing Protection Spray is a toner made for sensitive skin, which uses honey, which really soothes the skin and gets rid of any wax residue. In this clip, I'm going to post-treat our client's skin. I'm just going to spray my Soothing Protection Spray and saturate a cotton 4x4. If you like a cotton pad, you can use it. I like the 4x4 because it doesn't leave lint on the skin. If you were to use a cotton ball or a cotton round, you'd see a lot of white fuzz. And the purpose of the bikini wax is to defuzz, not to add more fuzz. So we're going to use the 4x4, and it's a cotton poly blend. This might feel a little cool to you, but you know what? After that wax, she wants something cool in her skin. So we're just going to remove any wax residue, and the ingredients in this toner are really going to soothe her skin. She's a little pink, but it's not too bad. Once again, straight into the garbage. Now we're going to apply a soothing lotion to protect the skin and prevent ingrown hairs. I'm using a product called Barrier Repair. And what it is it's a silicone-based product that's going to really soothe. And I like this because it leaves the skin feeling like silk. It's really a remarkable feeling. So we're just going to apply. Okay? Not too much. In this clip, I'm going to search for any stray hairs from the bikini. It happens. Oftentimes, our hair doesn't grow at the same rate because there are 3 growth cycles. So I'm just going to inspect the bikini area for any strays because when you come to a spa, you want to leave looking perfect, not subpar. So any good therapist is going to really take care of you and do this. I do happen to see one hair that I missed, and it's right along the bikini line, so I'm going to remove it. And any other hairs that I see, I'm just going to take out. Make sure that your hair is at least 1/4 of an inch long before you wax. That way this reduces us having to tweeze. Because after all that waxing experience, the last thing you want to do is have me go in and go one by one. But it appears now that, I'll just take one more, that Lizzie's bikini line is smooth and clean and she is ready to hit the beach. Always everything directly in the garbage. You want to make sure the room you're in is clean and that the therapist that you're working with is totally neat. In this clip, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of waxing versus shaving. A lot of people choose to shave because they can do it daily, it's fast, if they get any regrowth, they can just take care of it. But some people are just too sensitive to shave, and cutting the hair at that blunt level where it's flat can be a problem for ingrown hairs for a lot of people, so they choose to wax. The benefit of waxing is that when we remove the hair at the root, the body has to build a whole new root, so it takes at least a couple weeks for your body to really start seeing any regrowth. This is great if you're going to go on your honeymoon or if you're going to go on a vacation and you don't want to worry about shaving. Anytime you're near a beach, because as we know, shaving and the ocean just don't mix because it hurts. Salt on open wounds hurts. So waxing before a vacation is a really great option, but you definitely want to make sure your hair is 1/4 of an inch long so your therapist is able to wax you efficiently. Before you come in, you're going to definitely want to exfoliate using a buffing cloth or a body brush in the shower. I don't recommend using an alpha hydroxy before waxing. In this clip, we're going to talk about the different types of wax options you have when you book a bikini wax. You want to make sure that the spa you go to has different types of wax for different skin types and different hair types. If they're using just a straight honey wax, they're not exactly meeting everyone's needs. You're going to want to go to another place. Here at our spa, we have our lavender soft wax. This wax is ideal for waxing large areas of the body. You can see it spreads easily, and it's a liquid. And we remove it with the strip. And it comes off very easily. Another option, and this is what we use in a lot of bikini waxes and also for people with coarse hair, is a hard wax. This is a French wax, and what we use is a very fancy one called Cerapil. And we love this one because it leaves very little irritation. This one is fun because you don't use the strip, and it only adheres to the hair. What we do is we apply it, and we leave a thick lip. And then we wait for it to harden on the skin. In this clip, I'm going to remove our French hard wax. This is great for coarse hair types. Thankfully, I don't have coarse hair on my hand. But for bikinis and also for men, this is a great option. And you can see it just comes off in one piece, and it's hard, and I'm not even red after I took it off. This is a great option. You want to make sure your spa has it because different hair is removed in different ways. Sometimes this liquid wax is just not strong enough to remove a coarse hair, an African American hair. Usually the darker the hair, the coarser it is. So you're going to